All right, today we're going to dive into an idea that kind of flips the script on everything we've been taught about being social. We're talking about the power of unsociability. So let me ask you this. Why is society so completely wrong about loners? You know the word, right? It's almost always a bad thing, a label for someone who's maybe sad or struggling. But what if that whole idea is just wrong? What if the way we think about being alone is completely backwards? I mean, just think about it for a second. In our culture, the person who decides to eat lunch by themselves or spends a Saturday with a good book instead of at a party, well, they're often seen as kind of strange, maybe even pitied. It's like there's this built-in assumption that solitude is a problem that needs to be fixed, not something you'd actually choose. But here's where science comes in with a much better and, frankly, a way more empowering term: unsociability. This isn't about being scared or sad. Not at all. It's a calm, confident preference for your own company. And that's the key word right there: preference. It's a choice, not some kind of condition. And this is where it all clicks into place. Just look at this breakdown. Up top, you've got unsociability. It comes from a place of calm. It's a positive choice. Now that is a world away from being avoidant, which is driven by fear and anxiety. And it's definitely not being antisocial, which is all about hostility and rejecting other people. The action, being alone, might look the same from the outside, but the why, the motivation, that changes absolutely everything. So let's be super clear. The big takeaway here is that this isn't about running away from people. It's about running towards yourself, towards that quiet space you need to recharge your batteries, to really think, and to create. And this idea leads us to something really powerful. We'll call it the solitude advantage. Because it turns out this preference isn't just some personality quirk. It's the very place where amazing things, where breakthroughs actually happen. We have this modern obsession with open plan offices and these endless brainstorming meetings, right? The whole idea is that incredible insights just magically appear when you cram a bunch of people into a room. But, well, the research tells a very, very different story. The truth is, the really big, game-changing ideas, the ones that need deep, uninterrupted focus, they're almost always born in solitude. Just picture it. The scientist in the lab late at night, the composer alone at the piano, the writer staring at a blank page. That's where the magic really is. And get this, there's actually a clear neurological reason for this. When we're in that state of focused solitude, a part of our brain called the prefrontal cortex lights up. This is our brain's command center for complex planning, for making decisions, for creativity. So solitude isn't just empty time, it's literally the perfect environment for this crucial part of your brain to do its most important and focused work. Okay, so if we can agree that solitude is this powerhouse, what does choosing it actually say about us? Well, this completely shifts the narrative from something negative to something incredibly powerful and positive. I absolutely love this quote from the source material. Solitude isn't a wound. It is a sign of social intelligence. Just let that sink in. It suggests that the people who are most comfortable being alone are often the ones who are the most secure in their relationships. They don't need that constant validation from others because they know their connections are solid. It really just boils down to two totally different mindsets. Over on the left, you have a scarcity mindset. It's driven by a fear of being alone, by a constant need for somebody else to tell you you're okay. But on the right, you have the abundance mindset of unsociability. That comes from the confidence that you've got fulfillment right inside yourself, and solitude is just how you tap into it. So, when you get right down to it, this is all about a powerful choice. When you consciously and calmly decide to embrace a little solitude, you're choosing your own rich internal world, that abundance mindset, over all the external noise and that nagging fear of missing out. So this leaves us with one final thought. In a world that is screaming for our attention 24/7, being social is the easy part. The real challenge, and where the real power lies, is being intentionally solitary. So the question I'll leave you with is this: when will you claim your solitude?